Dear students, in today's class, we will look into the painting movement that is post-impressionism. In our last class, we have mentioned about impressionism, the characteristics and its features. So the post-impressionism, we can call it as an extension of impressionism. This was a movement which started in France, which represent both an extension of impressionism and a rejection of that style's inherent limitations. As you know, Impressionism is the transience of light and it depicts reality in many ways. But post-impressionism reject all those styles. And the term post-impressionism was coined by the English art critic Roger Fry. In one of the exhibitions were the painters such as Paul Cézanne, Georges Seurat, Paul Gauguin, Vincent van Gogh, Henri de Toulouse, and many others when they exhibited their artwork in an exhibition. Roger Fry, after seeing their work of art, pointed this term or coined this term as post-impressionism. Fry explained post-impressionist or post-impressionism art as the work of art should not revolve around style, process, or aesthetic approach. Instead, it should place emphasis on symbolism, communicating messages from the artist's own subconscious. The Impressionism was pointing out the reality, or they were kind of depicting the reality in a different way, but here post-impressionism said that they should place emphasis or they should be focusing on symbolism, which should be coming from the subconscious mind of artists. Here, rather than depicting the reality, they are depicting the in a symbolic way they represent their art. This is a pyramid of skulls art by Paul Cézanne. These the paintings which I will be showing here and the paintings we are seeing here are some of the very noted paintings of the art. You can see this, it's not the reality but a kind of fantasy type which evoke emotions on the viewer's mind. They promoted that, the post-impressionist painting or the painters or the artists promoted that. Their styles, therefore, wildly varied paintings completed in the post-impressionist manner share some similar qualities. They are having a similar qualities such as symbolic motifs in the kind themes or pattern, unnatural color and painterly brush stroke, kind of thick brush strokes, unnatural colors which are not seen or which are not widely seen on during that time. Vincent van Gogh, a very famous painter, you have heard about him. This is one of his painting that is a wheat field with cypresses which he painted during the year 1889. And this is a very famous painting by Vincent van Gogh, again the Starry Night, and this made him a famous painter, or his painting became so famous, and this comes on the top list. This particular painting comes on top of the list. As you know, as you can see the brush strokes, as you can see the dream kind of fantasy kind of things, which symbolizes, which which evoke emotions on the viewer's mind. This is one good example. The Van Gogh, Vincent van Gogh, as you can see, he quickly adapted to the impressionist techniques and color to express his acutely felt emotions, which he expressed through his paintings. He transformed the contrasting short brush strokes of impressionism into curving, vibrant lines of color, exaggerated even beyond impressionist brilliance, that convey his emotionally charged and ecstatic responses to the natural landscape. This is another oil canvas by Henri de Toulouse during the year 1893 and 95. In general, post-impressionism led away from a naturalistic approach and toward the two major movements. They have led to, or they have given way, or they have given idea to another two major art movements such as Cubism and Fauvism, which we'll be discussing in our upcoming classes. And that also, those paintings also evoke emotions on the people's mind or viewers' mind. Unlike the Impressionists who strive to capture natural light's effect on tonality on the color, the post-Impressionist artists they employed artificial color rather than the reality color, and they have opened perceptions of the world around them through their painting. And this is one of very famous painting by Paul Gauguin, Yellow Christ. You could see the colors, and you could see that how the artist portrayed his feelings on through the paintings. And you might have not seen these kind of Christ in other movements. Vincent van Gogh's another very famous painting is Undergrowth with Two Ears. So rather than merely represent their surroundings, they relied upon the interrelations of color and shape to describe the world around.